Hi guys! So September is already here and university season is approaching, and it's approaching fast. You're probably feeling exactly how I was feeling a year ago, which is absolutely panicking. I realised that there were 11 things that all of the articles seemed to miss out, and I think if I had known them beforehand it would have made the transition into university just so much easier. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first thing is something that I was really guilty of. I always think up scenarios in my head. I thought I'm going to be living in halls, so it's going to be like having a never-ending sleepover, and we're going to have pillow fights, and we're just all going to be best friends, and we're going to live happily ever after, and yeah, that just didn't happen. So your flatmates probably won't be your best friends. My flatmates are really lovely, they're really nice, don't get me wrong, but we weren't best friends. Which leads on to my next point. You will probably encounter loneliness. It makes sense because you probably lived your whole life maybe in the same village or the same house. So you always had one constant, which is probably either your guardians or your parents or your siblings. So then, you know, university is like literally just plucking somebody and just dropping them in like a completely different environment with completely new people. There are times where you feel really lonely. It starts to kick on like further in. It was really like a strong feeling towards the end of the year. But one of the things for combating loneliness, which I wish I did, is just try and join as many societies as possible. Think sports teams, because you know you have this kind of camaraderie, this kind of team spirit. That's the word I was looking for, team spirit. So try going for something like that. And number 3 is that people might come into your room in the middle of the night. What? I know, it sounds really, really strange, but let me explain, right? Especially Freshers Week where everyone's drinking, it can be an innocent thing. It's just you drank too much and you're trying to find which flat is yours, and you think, because you're new, you know, you don't know the area so well, and you think that is your room. Now if you don't lock your door, then you might wake up in the middle of the night with a nasty surprise. So definitely lock your doors all the time. And I remember one night, and of course I was watching a horror movie a few hours before, and I woke up and it was probably like 3 o'clock in the morning to the sounds of somebody trying to get into my room. It sounded like somebody was trying to break the lock to get in, and that was truly terrifying for me. So you guys are adults now. No longer are the days where your parents will cook you meals and do your grocery shopping. Now you have to do that all by yourself. You have to embark on the dreaded food shop trek. Let me say that again. You have to endure the dreaded walk to the shop and then the walk back. But what people seem to fail to mention is the fact that the nearest shop to you, or the nearest cheapest shop to you, is probably 10 to 15 minutes walk away. That doesn't seem too bad, but when you're walking back with 4 or 5 heavy bags, it's far. And I know some of you might be thinking, it's fine, I'll just get a car, but I don't advise you to take a car because of so many reasons, which actually I talk about in one of my other YouTube videos, which is what not to bring to university, and I'll put the link down in the description below. But yeah, just don't bring a car, and my advice to you is just like start working those biceps. Somebody will probably, no, it's not a probability, somebody will steal your food. But when you think about the fact that you had to walk all the way to the shop and then carry all the items back home, and then you put it in the fridge, and then 2 days later you find out somebody has stolen your food, it's a horrible feeling. Most of the time it's just unintentional. So the thing I would say is label your food, and then that stops all of that whole mess from happening. 6. First year does count. First year does count. It does count, okay? It's like the practice year. So really use your time wisely and use your first year as a practice first year. So you're probably, what, 18, 19, 20, 40, however old you are, right, if you think back, wasn't it yesterday you were a toddler? Time goes so fast, and it's exactly the same with your first year. The actual terms are so short, and if you're used to like school, you'd have 3 different terms. It's not like that. You have 2 terms. You probably start the end of September, early October, and then you finish December. Second term, January to like May. I feel like I started university yesterday. That's how fast it went. Also, you have to remember that you do have to pass first year to move into second year. Now, don't worry, it's only 40%, and if you work hard, or if you work or do some work, I'm sure you can get that 40% pass mark. So the workload is, yes, it's sort of the same level as A-level, if not higher. But in terms of stress, don't worry, the stress is nothing compared to A-level. It's a lot more relaxed. And just think, right, you're starting fresh, you're starting new, you've got a whole year ahead of you, which is quite relaxed from A-level or its equivalent. Just some time to ease in, get used to university life. But first year still does count, okay, guys? If you're living in halls, the walls are so thin they might as well be made out of tracing paper. You can literally hear everything, and I mean everything. Your body will probably start to feel not so good, probably have a lot of hangovers. If you don't drink alcohol, then probably the food that you're eating is different. Maybe it's really unhealthy. Probably it's really unhealthy, but also is that you're probably eating different things, so it's a change, so your body has to adapt to that. And then also just the pressure of like all these things happening at once, just so much to take in. You probably feel tired, and you probably will get Fresher's flu as well. So number 10 is short but sweet, and that is that you don't need to drink. I'm someone that I don't really like to drink because I don't like the taste of alcohol. I just like drinking water. I didn't drink that much alcohol at Freshers. Like, I still had a good time. Like, it's not like people will judge you, because first of all, even if they did judge you, it's Freshers, so everyone has to be really nice to each other because everyone wants to make friends, so nobody's going to be horrible to you because you don't drink, so don't worry about it. Leads on to my 11th point. Now trust me, this is a crack. I feel like I need a drum roll. Okay, that was my drum roll. So, university is just like school. What? Yeah, university is just like school. Actually, like boarding school, in fact. I've never been to boarding school, but this is what I imagine boarding school to be like. So if you're living in hall, you know, you've got all your classmates, they probably will put all of you from the same subject in the same block, so all the film people, they seem to be all in one block. I guess with my course, it's from like Monday to Friday, 9 till 5 every day, which is very structured like school. Everyone thinks like it's so free, but there's a lot of structure to it. Even if you have days off, like if you're doing English or something like that, where you have few contact hours, I think that's what it's called, then it's like having free periods when you're at sixth form. Now, I know you guys are probably trying to get as far away from school as possible, but I guess it's kind of a nice thing. It shows that it's not that much of a change from school, which makes everything easier. Yes, those are the 11 things that nobody told me about university. I hope you guys liked this video. Please give it a like. Please subscribe to my channel. I've actually got quite a few more university videos, which I'll put in the description down below. Or maybe if I can work out how, I can make it appear somewhere on the screen. I really want to do a university Q&A, so I've created a Facebook page. I'm gonna create a Twitter page where you guys can tweet me. I don't even know how to use Twitter, but hopefully I can work out how to do that. You guys can tweet me questions, and then when I get enough questions, then I'll do a Q&A video. Please comment down below as well. I really want to hear what you guys have to say. So good luck to you guys. It's gonna be a great year. You're gonna have a lot of fun. It's different, and it's something new and something exciting, but also, as I've said, it's not so different, so there's like similarities to your life as well. Right, see you guys. Bye. Wasn't it yesterday you were toddler?
Hello?
Say hello to Opa.
Hello.
Hello, Opa. Hello, Opa. Loud, Jasmine.
Hello,